شفا بگیره این سینه زنی ها پشت درد سردار حقین اول پس دل زینبیه خیمگاه ارباب بغل من سائل مدد آقام حسین و کرم آقام اول پس
بین الحرمین و حرم آقام حسین و حرم آقام اول پس.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وآله الطاهرين. Respected scholars, elders, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. We have assembled to commemorate the tragedy of Karbala. The Imams of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam have urged us to assemble to recall, to weep, to grieve, to lament. And beyond that also, we have been trained to declare our bay'ah for the Imam alayhi salam, to follow his commands and teachings at all times. And beyond that, to dissociate ourselves with the enemies of truth and justice as was practiced and taught by the Imams of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. And beyond that, to declare our readiness to join the forces of goodness and virtue and justice in its cosmic continuous battle against evil. Ya laytani kuntu ma'akum fa'afuza fawzan 'azima. In order to be able to accomplish these goals, we need to remind ourselves about the status of the Imam, that appointed by God as the successor to the Prophet, he is the defender of the messages that were received from all the past messengers, and especially the last messenger, and especially as encoded in the Quran. So he is the warith of the Anbiya, and he is the sharik of the Quran. Today we shall be commemorating the memory of Ali Akbar bin Hussein bin Ali bin Abi Talib alayhim salam, whose status is very high. Notice that amongst all the shuhada, when we are requested to go for ziyarah, there is no specific ziyarah for the different shuhada except for Imam Hussein alayhi salam and Hazrat Abbas. And then there is a general ziyarah for all the shuhada except for Ali Akbar. Ali Akbar has a specific ziyarah. Assalamu alaikum na Rasulillah, that you are Shaheed, the son of Shaheed, Mazloom, the son of Mazloom. This is the general mention in most of the ziyarah. There is one ziyarah where there is more details mentioned, and therefore the personality of this individual is revealed. Assalamu alayka ayyuha as-siddiq at-tayyib az-zaki al-habib al-muqarrab wa ibn rayhanati Rasulillah. Salam be on you, Ali Akbar, the son of the fragrant flower, the beauty and the decoration of the Messenger of God. Salam be on you, the pure, the virtuous, the beloved, the close one to God, the Siddiq, the one who is absolutely true in his beliefs and in his actions and in his promise. Assalamu alayka min shaheedim muhtasib. Salam be on you, the shaheed who strived only to attain God's pleasure. And the ziyarah continues, Ma akrama maqamuk wa ashrafa munqalabuk. Oh, how high is your status. Ashhadu laqad shakara Allahu sa'yak wa alhaqaka bidh-dharwati al-'aliyah haythu ash-sharaf kull ash-sharaf. I testify that you have been rewarded the highest reward. كما من عليك من قبل وجعلك من أهل البيت. And you have been designated to be a member of that special group of Ahlul Bayt. الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. The 5 members who were under the Kisa, the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, there were some members who came later on who acquired and who displayed qualities very close to the 5 members of the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, and therefore they are included in this group. And basically the message of this ziyarah is based on this ayah of the Quran in Surah Al-Imran, which Imam Hussein alayhi salam recited at the time when Ali Akbar was proceeding to the battlefield. إن الله اصطفى آدم ونوحا وآل إبراهيم وآل عمران على العالمين. This man who is going to the battlefield is not an ordinary person. God, in His plan of all mankind, from the first man on the earth, Adam, till the last man, He has selected a few as chosen representatives, the messengers. But amongst the messengers, He has chosen some to be the top messengers, the Ulul Azm. Adam alayhi salam is the first man on the earth who was made to be even superior to the angels, because the angels were ordered to make sajda to him. Beyond that, Nuh, the second Adam after that great flood, destroyed mankind. After him, Ala Ibrahim. Ibrahim was chosen to this status, and the progeny of Ibrahim, which then includes Ismail and Ishaq, and through Ishaq, Yaqub, and the Anbiya of Bani Israel, Yusuf, and up till Musa alayhi salam. And also amongst the chosen ones were Ala Imran. Imran, either the father of Musa, or Imran, the father of Maryam, through whom then Isa alayhi salam comes. All of these are selected messengers at the top level, Ulul Azm. And then the ayah continues, ذُرِّيَّةً بَعْضُهَا مِنْ بَعْضٍ. And this has been a continuous, interconnected progeny. One after another they have been selected, father and son. Right from Adam till Nuh, till Ibrahim, till Musa, till Isa. And from Ibrahim then it diverges. Ishaq and his progeny, Yaqub onwards, and Ismail and his progeny, which comes to Muhammad and Al Muhammad alayhimus salam. And this is what we say in Ziyarat Warith. أشهد أنك كنت نورا في الأصلاب الشامخة. There's a continuous ancestry of purity right till Adam alayhi salam, according to this ayah. Allah selects, and He doesn't select randomly. The father has to be pure, the mother has to be pure for this messenger to become the receptacle of the pure message. Amongst them is Ali Akbar, according to this ayah, according to the interpretation of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu, Allah then says in the end of the ayah, Wallahu Sami'un Alim. God is all hearing and God is all knowing. God hears what a person speaks, what a person prays for, what a person claims, what promises you make. How truthful, how sincere, how aspiring towards goodness and purity are you? God is listening. Not only is He listening, He is Alim. He knows your inner truthfulness, sincerity, authenticity, earnestness, capability, ability, propensity, purity of ancestry. Then you're chosen. And that's how Allah selects. We don't know privately what people do in the dark hours of the night between themselves and God, what they pray for. God knows. We don't know all actions that they do privately and secretly of goodness and virtue and purity to mankind, to their children, in their family, in their community. God knows. And therefore God selects. the one who is qualified. Ali Akbar was amongst them. Not an ordinary status. Amazing. Lakini, in order to be able to appreciate the status of Ali Akbar, allow me to scan the Quran and pick up 3 examples of the sons of the prophets and how they behaved. One son turned out to be evil, the son of Nuh alayhi salam. A second son was good but was sinful, the son of Yaqub. And then there's a third son of a messenger, Sayyid. All these are children of prophets, they are Sadat. They're not ordinary people. The third son turns out to be not only a true believer, but ready to sacrifice everything, Ismail, son of Ibrahim. And then we compare to Ali Akbar. So observe the first example, Nuh. In Surah Hud, the details are mentioned of this story, حَتَّى إِذَا جَاءَ أَمْرُنَا. And when Nuh alayhi salam had preached for so many years, not decades, centuries, finally it came to a point where there was no possibility of any new convert now accepting the truth. Notice when the Prophet ﷺ exhausts all possibility in Mecca, now it has reached a point there is no new convert available. Now all the forces are gathering to attack and kill him. That's when he makes his migration. There reaches a point in a community where all the efforts of a messenger reaches a dead end. No more progress possible. That is the state Nuh alayhi salam had reached after 9 centuries of preaching. حَتَّى إِذَا جَاءَ أَمْرُنَا. So now the decree of punishment has been passed. وَفَارَتْ تَنُّورِ. Tanur is the furnace in the oven where you bake your bread. From the oven, water started gushing forth. You would expect water, you would expect fire in the oven. Water? That was a sign for Nuh. Nobody knew what was happening. But Nuh was sharp enough, he was warned, he was told, there will reach a time when the punishment will begin. Water is gushing forth now. The water tables are rising. Something is happening in the globe. And once the water started gushing forth, قُلْ نَحْمِلْ فِيهَا مِنْ كُلٍّ زَوْجَيْنِ اثْنَيْنِ. And then we instructed him, take on board on the ark that you have been constructing for so many years, take on board from every type of animals a pair, a couple. وَأَهْلَكَ إِلَّا مَنْ سَبَقَ عَلَيْهِ الْقَوْلِ. Also take your family on board, except for that family member for whom the sentence has been passed that they will be disqualified. The wife, for example. كَانَتْ مِنَ الْغَابِرِينَ. وَمَنْ آمَنَا. And also those who have converted and have accepted you, take them on board on the ark. In the 900 plus years, it is said, according to tradition, he managed to convert about 80 or so. 10 plus years to convert one person. It's not easy. Conversion, invitation, convincing, persuading, living with them, tolerating their refusal, rejection, humiliation. Nuh alayhi salam did all of this. وَمَا آمَنَ مَعَهُ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ. Only a few converted. وَقَالَ ارْكَبُوا فِيهَا. And then Nuh alayhi salam said, come on board. Bismillahi majraha wa mursaha. This ark is a special ark, divinely instructed, divinely built. وَاصْنَعِ الْفُلْكَ بِأَعْيُنِنَا. And therefore its movement will be in God's name. Bismillah, it will start to move. Bismillah, it will change its direction. Bismillah, it will come and stop. Bismillahi majraha wa mursaha. Movement and stop. Sailing and anchoring by the name of God. Oh, incidentally, there's a dua. When you board the ship, when you board a car or a plane, we recite some other dua. But when you board a ship, there's a different dua. This one, the dua which is based on this ayah. Say Bismillahi majraha wa mursaha inna rabbi laghafurur rahim. And then if there is a tumultuous sea, then say Bismillahi uskun bisakinatillah wa qir biqararillah wahda bi'idhnillah wa la hawla wa la quwwa illa billah. If the ocean allows the ark to sail, if the wind blows to allow the ship to go in a particular direction, if the weather is right, All these are determined and directed by God. So start in the name of God and continue in the name of God and stop in the name of God. وَهِيَ تَجْرِي بِهِمْ فِي مَوْجٍ كَالْجِبَالِ. And then, how can we tell you how much water had surrounded? The heavens became covered with heavy rain-filled clouds. The clouds started dumping rain. Water was gushing forth from all parts of the earth. Everywhere there was water. Water started rising up in waves. Not small waves. Waves as huge as a mountain. وَنَادَى نُوحٌ إِبْنَهُ. And Nuh started crying out, my son. وَكَانَ فِي مَعْزِلٍ. And his son was separate from this group of believers. Son, يَا بُنَيَّ إِرْكَبْ مَعَنَا. Come on board. وَلَا تَكُنْ مَعَ الْكَافِرِينَ. Right now there is a selection going on. The mu'min comes on board. The kafir looks for an alternative protection. Leave them, come over to me. قال سآوي إلى جبل يعصمني من الماء. Mzee, asante sana. I don't need your help. This place, we don't get rain here so much. This is temporary rain. In the past we've had maybe some rain like this. We've already found protection in the cave or in these strong fortresses or in the mountain. I'm safe. Asante sana, mzee. Nuh alayhi salam says, I can't leave you, my son. You don't understand what's happening. قَالَ لَا عَاصِمَ الْيَوْمَ مِنْ أَمْرِ اللَّهِ. Nuh, today there is no savior, there is no shelterer, there is no defender, there is no protector from God's punishment. Come on board. إِلَّا مَنْ رَحِيمٌ. Except he who receives God's grace and mercy. It's not that Allah doesn't want to save you. God's mercy is overflowing. Open your heart, accept the truth. He refused. فَحَالَ بَيْنَهُمَا الْمَوْجِ. A huge wave came between the two. Overwhelmed the son who was seeking protection from the mountain. The mountain was drowned in the water. فَكَانَ مِنَ الْمُغْرَقِينَ. And he drowned Nuh. In the next ayah, Allah says, once the punishment spread and the disbelievers, defiant, stubborn, adamant, opposing the truth, ready to kill Nuh, when these evil ones were removed, now the time is ready for a new community of believers to start. So we said, Ya ard ibla'i ma'aki wa ya sama iqla'i aqli'i wa ghid al-ma wa qudi al-amr. And then we told the earth, swallow all this water. We told the sky, stop raining. We told the clouds, clear up. And the earth dried up very soon. The water diminished, it reduced, and it dried up. وَقُضِيَ الْأَمْرُ. And the sentence of God had passed. The earth is purified. وَاسْتَوَتْ عَلَى الْجُودِ. And the ship and the ark was saved. وَقِيلَ بُعْدًا لِلْقَوْمِ الظَّالِمِينَ. And Allah declares, and be away and throw away the evil, the wicked, the unjust, the oppressing, zalimin. That is the law of God. Nuh alayhi salam was surprised. Ya Allah, you promised me that you will save me and my family. Oh Lord, how come you didn't save my son? Rabbi, inna ibni min ahli wa inna wa'adaka al-haq. You promised me that my son would be saved because he's my family. وَأَنْتَ أَحْكَمُ الْحَاكِمِينَ. I'm not challenging you, I'm just inquiring. It's not clear for me. What happened? You're the best of the judges, I accept. But tell me, what went wrong? قَالَ يَا نُوحُ إِنَّهُ لَيْسَ مِنْ أَهْلِكَ. Nuh, he's not from your family. What do you mean he's not my family? There are three interpretations. One is that he's not from your family. Some say no, he was a son from the wife's side. God forbid, some are accusing her of adultery. We don't accept that. No, he is from you. He's your son biologically, but spiritually he's not with you. He comes to your home, he uses your home as a hotel. He just sleeps there. Doesn't even pay for it, free hotel. Otherwise, he's got other friends he moves around with. It's that friend circle that has deviated him. Do you know? No. Where does he go? Who does he meet? What does he do? Who does he talk with? What do they collectively think about and plan and plot? And what are they enjoying? No. When he comes to you, he appears as a mu'min. But when he goes out there, he's a kafir. He's a munafiq. You didn't know that, Noor. The test was the flood. Notice what he did. He refused to come to you. He said, Mzee, asante sana. It was very clear where his belief was, Noor. You missed out. You didn't notice. إِنَّهُ عَمَلٌ غَيْرُ صَالِحٍ. He was not good in his conduct. He was with the evil party, but he was pretending he was good. Question. Oh, we have to be very careful. How can a father allow his son or daughter the freedom to go out anywhere they want, whoever with, do whatever they want, and the father doesn't even ask a question? You don't know when a person is going to be affected. How? Oh, it's just a little drug, let's try it. A little drink, a sip only. Just a little gambling, just a little play, a little haram here, a little haram there. Just look at this haram picture. لا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان. Shaitan moves step by step by step. And you reach a point where you keep on bending, and then you lose control, you fall. But when you come back home, you say, no, I'm a good person. The father doesn't know. Even a prophet can be fooled. Watch out. Second example mentioned in the Quran is the sons of Prophet Yaqub. I'm sorry, I can't go into detail. But Prophet Yaqub, his sons came to him. They said, Ya Abana ma laka la ta'amanna ala Yusufa wa inna lahu lanasihun. Allow us to take Yusuf for play. Trust us, we are good people. We will just be playing around. He's a young kid, he needs to play. How can you just keep him with you only? وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. You're worried, we'll take good care of him. They lied to the father. Sayyid lying to the Sayyid. So they went out. Yaqub alayhi salam says, but I'm worried. إِنِّي لَيَحْزُنُنِي أَن تَذْهَبُوا بِهِ وَأَخَافُ أَن يَأْكُلَهُ الذِّئْبُ وَأَنْتُمْ عَنْهُ غَافِلُونَ. I'm worried, yes, you go out to play, but then in your heedlessness and negligence, the wolf may attack him. So they said, don't worry. How can a wolf attack him? We are strong. Pride. Nobody can touch him in our presence. And we are many. We are 10. Father, trust us. We'll take care of him. فَلَمَّا ذَهَبُوا بِهِ. They took Yusuf away. وَأَجْمَعُوا. They made ijma'. All of them, consensus for evil. We'll kill him. Oh, Sayyid, you're the son of a messenger. You're planning to kill? Amongst the 10, one was smart. They said, listen, all we want is him to get away from the father. You don't need to kill him. Just dump him so far away, he'll never come back. So they didn't kill. They dumped him in a well. The drama is when they come back. وَجَاءُوا أَبَاهُمْ عَشَاءً يَبْكُونَ. In the evening, at night time, they came back that day. And they started crying and weeping. Baba, Samahani, inna dhahabna nastabiq. We went for a play. We were running, we were racing. Tarakna Yusufa. We left him to take care of the goods. Weeping. I'm sorry, I'm dramatizing, but this is the drama Quran is presenting. They were liars. Ma anta bimu'minin lana. We know you will not believe us. Walau kunna sadiqin. Even if we spoke the truth. The psychology of a liar. He'll pretend to be very good, very innocent. And if you don't trust us, we brought a shirt. Look at this shirt, it's full of blood. Sorry, Baba. Mzee was smart. He says, I'm sorry, I don't accept your story. بَلْ سَوَّلَتْ لَكُمْ أَنفُسُكُمْ. You're playing a game. Shaitan has worked in you, and you have become agents of the shaitan. What do you mean the wolf attacked him. But you promised me when you took him that you would protect him. How come you failed? And you're telling me the wolf attacked him and you bring me a shirt? Oh, this wolf happens to be a very kind, gentle grandmother wolf. Comes to Yusuf, Yusuf my friend, can you take off your shirt because I want to attack you. You bring me a shirt full of blood and this shirt has got no signs of attack or biting. You're lying to me. But it's the will of God, I accept. Drama ends here. This is ayah number 18. Fast forward, ayah number 58. Yusuf alayhi salam is saved. He's sold as a slave. Then he becomes a servant in the governor's palace. Then he achieves that position where he interprets dreams, and then he's made the governor. Come to ayah 58 now. Now the brothers come begging to Yusuf. We need help. Yusuf helps with one condition. Next time bring your brother. And if you don't bring your brother, don't come back. So they're forced to bring his brother Binyamin. Yusuf keeps Binyamin back through a smart plan. They go back again crying to the father. Ultimately, on the third trip when they come back, now Yusuf alayhi salam tells them, هَلْ عَلِمْتُمْ مَا فَعَلْتُمْ بِيُوسُفَ. This is about 20, 30 years after the incident. Do you know what you did to your brother Yusuf? Governor, how did you know what happened to Yusuf? This is an old story. Not even Yaqub knows what happened. How did you know? Are you are Yusuf? End of the story. Yusuf tells him, yes, Ana Yusuf wa hada akhi, and this is my brother Binyamin. And let me tell you the truth. Man yattaqillah, whosoever has taqwa, wa yasbir, and has sabr, فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُضِيعُ أَجْرَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Brothers, 20, 30 years you lived a life of lying and hypocrisy. Because you had hasad, because you didn't trust in God, because you didn't have sabr, because you did not fear God. End result, you lost out. There is a third example mentioned in the Quran of a son who is not a kafir, a munafiq, or a mu'min who is a sinner. He's a mu'min who is ready to sacrifice his life. The story of Ibrahim and Ismail in Surah Safat. Rabbi habli min as-salihin. Oh Allah, after Ibrahim alayhi salam defeats the enemy in Babylon, they want to hurl him into the fire and God saves him. So he says, now this community cannot be guided anymore. Oh Lord, I'm leaving this community. I'm going elsewhere to start a new society of people who are ready to accept the true God, not these idol worshippers. So Ibrahim alayhi salam comes to Palestine. Rabbi habli min as-salihin. Oh Allah, give me a community of good people. Give me good children. فَبَشَّرْنَاهُ بِغُلَامٍ حَلِيمٍ. In his old age, we gave him the good news that Allah will grant you a son who is going to be gentle and kind and forbearing and compassionate and virtuous. Ismail, not an ordinary son, a lovable son. فَلَمَّا بَلَغَ مَعَهُ السَّعِي. And then when Ismail grew up and is ready now to help his father in his efforts of spreading the faith, suddenly Ibrahim tells Ismail, Ya bunayya inni ara fil manami anni azbahuk. I've seen a dream. In that dream, I see me slaughtering you. Son, get ready. No questions. You have to obey. No, Ibrahim doesn't deal with his son like that. He says, this is my dream. Tell me, what is your opinion, response? Are you ready to participate and cooperate and respond or not? فَانْظُرْ مَاذَا تَرَى. What did Hussein alayhi salam do on the Shab-e Ashur? He didn't force anyone. Tomorrow is death, but I'm not forcing anyone. You tell me, what is your opinion? What is your choice? Do you know the truth, the falsehood? Do you know where there is eternal salvation? قَالَ يَا أَبَتِي. Ismail responds by saying, my loving father, if'al ma tu'mar. It's interesting, Ismail doesn't tell Ibrahim, mzee, umefika tisini na kitu, umechanganyikiwa. Dream! Who says dreams are a source of guidance? Some dreams are true, some dreams are untrue. How do you know this dream is a true dream? Mzee, even if we say it's a true dream, you are performing an act. Maybe the act is symbolic. It's not a direct command. Mzee, even if it is a command, maybe it's do it, good for you to do it, mustahab, not wajib. And Mzee, even if we say it's wajib, who says wajib is pray salah when the azan is there? You can pray salah till it becomes qaza, just before that. Mzee, why are you in a hurry? Mzee, questions, doubts, distortions, corruptions. None of this, none. The young boy was given a chance to think, and his response was, Ya abati, if'al ma tu'mar. Carry out the command that you've been given. Satajiduni insha'Allah min as-sabirin. You'll find me amongst those who make sabr. فَلَمَّا أَسْلَمَا. When both of them submitted to our command, father and son, Hussein and Ali Akbar, both of them submitted to the command. وَتَلَّهُ لِلْجَبِينِ. And Ibrahim took Ismail to the ground to prepare him for the slaughter. Hadith, the Quran doesn't say. Hadith says that Ismail tells the father, please tie me with the rope so my hands and limbs don't fidget when you're carrying out the command. Father, make sure you choose the right knife, which is very sharp. One slice and it carries out the command. Father, please remove my shirt. I don't want it to be stained with blood. Then take my shirt to my mother. Father, give her my salams. And then both of them, the tradition says, wept. Now Ibrahim carries out the command, closes his eyes and slaughters. Nothing happens. Second time, slaughters. Nothing is happening. Ibrahim, do you remember when you were thrown into the fire, you didn't get burnt? Fire burns when Allah wills it so. Knife cuts when Allah wills it so. The skin of the neck of Ismail would be cut when Allah wills it so. Allah didn't will it so. This is a test. You pass your test. نَادَيْنَاهُ أَنْ يَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ قَدْ صَدَّقْتَ الرُّؤْيَا. You have carried out the command. إِنَّا كَذَلِكَ نَجْزِي الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Those who are good, those who are virtuous, those who know the true Lord, and they submit to them without questions, Allah rewards them. In this case, Allah saved you and Allah saved your son. You have passed the test. Not in Karbala. Karbala, there was another plan. The ayah continues, إِنَّ هَذَا لَهُوَ الْبَلَاءُ الْمُبِينَ. This was a big test Ibrahim had to undergo. The most difficult of all tests, where a father has to separate from a son. Not an ordinary son. You know, the hadith says that when you want to grieve, the grief a father has for his son, to lose one son in your lifetime compared to lose a son who dies after you, the thawab of losing that son in your lifetime is 10 times more than losing a son after your death. No, 70 times more. The bond between the son, especially if it's a good, virtuous, helpful, cooperative son, is a very strong bond. The bala'ul mubin. This is a great test. But Ismail was not the Shabih of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ali Akbar was different. Ismail was not Mustafa. The ayah says, Inna Allah astafa ala Ibrahim. Allah selected from Ibrahim special people, including Hussein and Ali Akbar. Ali Akbar had to face a much greater test when he comes to seek permission. Oh father, I wish to go to the battlefield. The father doesn't say, no, go and seek permission from your mother or from your aunt. No. Immediately, the first request, and Imam alayhi salam grants the request. The eldest son, the closest to the father, Imam alayhi salam prays, oh Allah, you be a witness that this man, this young man, it said it was either 18 or 20 or 25 according to different versions. This young man, ashbahun nas bi rasulik khalqan wa khuluqan wa mantiqa. In his appearance, he reminds us of the Prophet. In his manner of talking, he reminds us of the Prophet. in his character and gentleness and compassion and helpfulness and virtue and grace and all the other excellence, we are reminded of the Prophet. This is almost like a prophet walking to the battlefield. A very difficult separation. Ali Akbar goes to the battlefield. If you don't know me, who I am, let me declare, Inni ana Ali ibn al-Husayn ibn Ali. نحن وبيت الله أولى بالنبي من ذاك الشبث والشمر الدني والله لا يحكم فينا ابن الدعي أضربكم بالسيف أحمي عن أبي ضرب غلام هاشمي علوي. Amazing bravery and courage and pride. We belong to the Mustafain, the last prophet and his grandson, and the same progeny of purity with an ancestry that goes right till Ibrahim till Adam alayhi salam. And obviously you must understand that if there's going to be anyone who is going to be targeted the maximum, it's this flesh and blood of Hussein who has come to the battlefield. You want to hurt Hussein? Akbar is the person to attack. It's not surprising that he was targeted from all over. He fought bravely. It is said that almost 100 or so he killed. But then he returns back. It was hot, it was extremely difficult, and he becomes thirsty. Comes back to the father. Ya abati al-atashu qad qatalani. I can't fight anymore. I find it difficult. I'm very thirsty. I'm not giving up. I just want a little more strength. Akbar, this is a test. Well, how can I convince you? Everybody's undergoing this test. Touch my tongue. And he discovers that the father's tongue was even drier than his own tongue. Imam alayhi salam sends his son back, tells him, remember, thirst is when you think about it. Focus on the goal. Your grandfather is waiting for you. But you can only reach him after you show your bravery and courage till the last moment. Akbar goes back encouraged. He goes back and fights again. الحرب قد بانت لها الحقائق وظهرت من بعدها مصادق والله رب العرش لا نفارق جموعكم أو تغمد البوارق. I swear to God, the truth is going to become very clear. You came in your tens of thousands. Here I am, one single person, and hundreds and thousands are running away. The truth is very clear, and I will continue to defend the truth till it becomes clear, not today, for the rest of history, where falsehood is. But obviously he's a human being. He's not out there to perform miracles. Ultimately he was overwhelmed. Munqidh bin Murrah al-Abdi strikes him with the deadly blow. Akbar loses balance. Now he's on the horse trying to find balance, and the horse loses control and goes into enemy territory. The enemy is going to a frenzy of attack on this young boy, a young man. فَقَطَّعُوهُ بِسُيُوفٍ إِرْضَ إِرْضَ. They chopped him up, literally, pieces and pieces. If Hajar was to be protected from just a shirt with a little blood stain, Akbar came to the battlefield chopped up. Lakini, the Quran says, Salamun ala Ibrahim. And so also it says, Salamun ala Hussein wa ala Akbar. When the soul was about to leave his body, he calls for his father. And he says, Ya Abata, Hada Jaddi Rasulullah. I see my grandfather waiting to receive me. قد سقاني بكأسه الأوفى شربة. Oh Allah, oh Father, I've got the sharab, I've got the drink from the cup offered by the Prophet from the Kawthar. He's on the border now, entering the Akhirah, very proud of his achievement. لا أظمأ بعدها أبدا. With this drink, I will never feel thirsty ever. I have won. My body could not stop me from serving God till the last cell and flesh and muscle that I could use with my mind. Yaqub, when he was shown the shirt of Yusuf with a false blood, he cried. 20, 30 years he cried. Imagine when Hussein is called to come to his son, a son who's not alive anymore. قَتَلَ اللَّهُ قَوْمًا قَتَلُوكَ. I swear, I'm praying to God, may Allah damn you and doom you and destroy you. Allah, Imam curses the people. Kwanini, you didn't even have the decency to respect somebody who is like the Prophet, talks like the Prophet, looks like the Prophet, and lives like the Prophet. Curse be on you all. Let's pray to Allah for tawfiq, to have the strength to be inspired by Akbar and to fight against evil. Assalamu ala al-Husayn wa ala Ali ibn al-Husayn wa ala awlad al-Husayn wa ala ashab al-Husayn jami'an wa rahmatullah.